Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be in the summer season. It's my favorite season of the year. And with all the warm weather going on lately, one of my favorite activities to do in the summer is just to get away, travel, go on weekend trips, getaways, you name it. So I decided to come on here today just to give you guys a quick review of one of my favorite travel bags, and that is the Louis Vuitton Keepall B45 in the Monogram Eclipse. So without further ado, let's get started. So Louis Vuitton has been making the Keepall for quite some time now. In fact, it has been in production since 1930. So it's been around almost 100 years, and they continuously keep making this bag. It's one of their most popular travel bags, and it is available in a bunch of different combinations now. I decided to go for the Monogram Eclipse, which is the classic monogram but in black. So the background's in black and the lettering and the monogram designs or motifs are in gray. They do have it in monogram, classic monogram, so the brown with the vachetta leather that we all know. They have it in the Damier Ebene, which is the little squares but in the darker brown and lighter brown. Anyway, my point is it's available in a bunch of different combinations, so if you're interested, take a look on their website. This bag does go for 2,440 USD nowadays, which is fairly decently priced for a travel bag, because if you will get a lot of use of it, I mean, it's worth it. The price though has gone up in the last few years, like everything else. So it was a little bit less pricey or less expensive a few years ago, like just right before the pandemic. And I got the B45. What that stands for, so the B just means that it has what we call a bandouliere, which is the option of putting this shoulder or crossbody strap, attaching it to the bag. So it is removable. You can remove it or attach it depending on how you're planning on carrying your bag. So that's what the B stands for. So the 45, basically with Louis Vuitton, what the numbers stand for is they represent the size of the bag. So with the Keepall, the 45 refers to 45 centimeters. So this bag measures 45 centimeters across. For this bag, I decided to go for the Monogram Eclipse just because I wanted something dark. I do love the classic monogram, but I found it a little too flashy to travel with. This one's a little bit more subtle. It's darker, it's more business-like, more serious, if you will. So I did decide to go for this color, although it was released as part of their men's collection. But hey, this is 2022, and basically who cares about labels? Just wear what you like and makes you feel good. So I did decide to go for this one, and I couldn't be happier. The black is just perfect. You all need a good black travel bag, and this is my good black travel bag. What I do like about the 45 is that it is spacious enough to fit all my essentials, especially for shorter trips or overnight trips, weekend getaways. But it is small enough to fit in an overhead compartment in the plane, so you can use it as a carry-on and just basically fit it in the overhead cabin, which is perfect. Now, if you take a closer look at the details of the bag, you can see that Louis Vuitton did kind of think of every little detail to make this the perfect travel bag. It's not just a big oversized handbag you use as a travel bag. So it does have a double handle, as you can see, and the handle is very comfortable. It's in the smooth treated black leather. The leather kind of reminds me of, it is cowhide leather, but it reminds me of kind of the Damier Ebene kind of treated brown leather, just that it's in black. I feel like it's the same kind of treatment. So it's more durable than the vachetta, definitely. And so you kind of just have these double handles. They're very comfortable to hold. But they did also add this kind of belted cuff to kind of hold the handles together if you don't want them flopping to the sides, and it just makes it easier to carry. So I'm going to show you. You kind of I have no other way to describe this, but it's kind of like a belt. So you kind of open your belt like this, and then you put your straps, both your handles, in the belt, and you close the belt. And you choose the hole that fits your handles best, just like that, and you kind of just put it to the side, and your straps are held together. Next, we have this name tag, so you can kind of get a hot stamp like I did. I decided to go for the silver color just because the hardware is in a more silvery color rather than gold. So I did go for silver, And this is removable, so if you want to remove your name tag, you can. You don't have to carry it with your name tag if that's not your thing. Now, like I mentioned, we have the bandouliere. And what I like about the bandouliere is that it is removable. So if depending on what activity I'm doing or whatever I'm carrying in my bag, if I don't feel like having this strap dangling down, I can remove it. And what's great about it is that they did put this kind of like extra leather piece to make it more comfortable on your shoulder. And it also is adjustable. So you can adjust it to the length you want depending on your height and where you want your bag to hit. They do put these little loops, because you all know I hate when these extra flaps curl up. So you can remove it if that's your thing. And it's very easily removable. It's kind of just like a D-ring and you push it in or out. You can do that on both sides. What I also do like about this bag is that the hardware is, yes, it is in silver, but it's kind of like in the charcoal, more matted out gunmetal. It's more like a grayish, if that makes any sense. So it's not your classic silver like the hot stamping. It's not flashy, it's not harsh against the black. It very just kind of like blends in nicely with the other colors on the bag, or shades of black and brown, of black and gray, sorry. They do put, like any other in good old Louis Vuitton fashion, a little lock. But this time, on my other bags, honestly, the lock just serves more as decor. On this bag, when I am traveling on a plane, I do close it. I do use it to keep my bag perfectly shut. So it kind of has more of a useful role for this bag. As you can see, the little leather strip here for the bandouliere. And you kind of do have these longer strips of leather. The inside, honestly, is just like a big black hole. I will show you, they do have a big pocket on the inside. So for those of you who wanted to see the inside of the bag, it's kind of just a big black hole. The inside is more in a textile, so it's not leather, it's really textile, but it is in black, so it doesn't get dirty that easily. What I love about the bag though, especially if you're using it as a travel bag, they do kind of have this big pouch, zippered pouch to fit. Basically, I just put all my important documents or my easy to reach items, just items that I want to have an easy access to. Just because the bag is kind of spacious, smaller items or items I might reach for more might get lost in the bag. So I kind of use this pouch to put my more important objects. So that's nice to have in this bag. So yes, although this is a travel bag, you can hold it or carry it many different ways. You can carry it as a top handle, just like this, or in the crook of your arm. Although if you're gonna carry it in the crook of your arm, it's better that it's not too full. Or you can also use your bandouliere and carry it on your shoulder, and sometimes even depending on how full it is, carry it crossbody. I rarely do that though, it's really just on my shoulder or just carrying it like this. Why I think the 45 is just the perfect size is because yes, it is big enough to fit your essentials, but small enough to fit in the overhead cabin, like I mentioned. But it doesn't look like a full-on luggage compared to the 50 or the 55 or the 60, which those are luggages and like you can't use them for anything else. This one, whereas the 45, you can use it for different other options. You can use it as a work bag if you really wanted to, or as a gym bag. I think it makes a really cute gym bag if you're fancy like that. It just looks a little bit more, it's more versatile basically. You can get more use out of it without it looking like a huge just travel luggage. If you are debating about getting the Keepall, my advice to you is go for it, definitely. It is one of Louis Vuitton's classics, so you will not get fed up of it. It will not go out of style. You get a lot of use of it, especially if you are wanting to go on getaway trips or overnight trips, or if you just want it as a gym bag as well. And if you do go for the Monogram Eclipse or the Damier Ebene, the leather is treated, so it is more durable. The body of the bag, they're all in canvas, so that's more durable. If you do like more of the classic monogram, I mean, don't let the vachetta stop you. There are ways to treat it and to like take care of it that will reduce the signs of wear and just make it more durable in general. So don't let that stop you. And I mean, this bag I have used a ton. I will continue to use. It basically is a classic, although it isn't really part of the trilogy. But if you do think about it, it is just really an oversized or really, really big Speedy, or like I like to call it, a travel Speedy. So I am very satisfied with this purchase or with this item. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Leave all your questions and comments in the comment section below. I'll be sure to answer them. And let me know what's your favorite luxury travel bag. See you in my next one. Bye guys!